Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Aishat Ombolanle Abayomi, and this is day one of week one of changing my makeup game from the amateur level it is right now to a much more professional level. So what I'll be doing today before we move into the practice of the day is I'll be introducing you guys to some of the things I'll be using. What I'll be doing for week one is I'll be drawing different types of eyebrow. We all know that we all have different face shapes and then we have different eyebrow shape. Because of the way our face is shaped, our eyebrow shape is totally different. So right now I'll be educating us on the names of the different points in the eyebrow. This eyebrow, each point has its own name. So this lower part at the very beginning, this lower part is called the inner corner. This upper part is called the thickness of the hair. This part is called the peak or the hack. And then this part is called the hack height rather, the hack height. And then this is the tail. This is called the tail. So when you want to draw your eyebrow, we have different things that we use to draw the eyebrow. We have your spoolie brush. This is called the spoolie brush, and then it is used to brush your eyebrow so that it will become neat and tidy. We all know that when we sleep and wake up, there are times that our eyebrow becomes really messy, especially for people that have a lot of hairs in their eyebrow. So use the spoolie brush to brush your eyebrow so that it will become neat and tidy and you'll be able to draw your eyebrow very well. We also have the concealer brush. This is the concealer brush, and then it is used to conceal. Then this is the concealer palette I'll be using. This one is from Adventure, and I'll be using it for quite a while now, for about 2 years. Yes, it's from Adventure, and I'll be using it. Been using it for 2 years now, basically. And then we have the pencils. So these are the pencils that I will be using, and these pencils are from Davis Cosmetics, and it's called the Wood Lip Liner Pencil. This one is in the color 3, and this one is of a lighter shade, and it's in the color 80. Then we have the beauty blender. This is a very small beauty blender, and I prefer using this one because it's very small and then it's easy to handle. So when you want to blend, it's very easy for you to blend through. There are some people that use brush to blend. Whatever is convenient for you, you can make do with that. And then we have the foundation. I'll be using this foundation. This is a Fair Up foundation, and it's in the color FA907. For these things that I'll be using, especially my spoolie brush, my concealer brush, and then my blending brush. These things, they are not really branded. You can get them in the market. The one I'm using are not branded and they're very cheap. So if you want to get yours, you can get it in the market. So today we'll be drawing the straight eyebrow, and we'll be using the 5 points method. So join me. Let us get straight into business. This is day one, and the first thing is to dab with powder, spool with my spoolie brush. Then I'm using my pencil to draw the eyebrow. I'm using the 5 points method. Then this is me concealing. I'm actually using Adventure concealer to conceal the lower part, and then I'm using my foundation to conceal the outer part. Then dab with my beauty blender. I've done the second part and I'm dabbing presently. And then I'm using Fair Up foundation for the upper part of my eyebrow. I've concealed the upper part rather, and then I'm dabbing with my beauty blender. I'm trying to smoothen out the upper part so as to make everything the same way. And this is me dabbing. This is me spooling with the spoolie brush, and then I'm trying to see if there are no differences between the eyebrows, and I think they're good to go. The eyebrow is perfect. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome to day 2, and today we'll be drawing the upward eyebrow. Actually, this will be my first time of attempting to draw the upward eyebrow, and I don't know if I would be able to get it in the first try. So basically, when you want to draw the upward eyebrow, you go over with your pencil, and at the tail end, your pencil goes upward. Like you make sure that your pencil goes upward at the tail end, and then you draw the upper part too. For me, basically, I like holding where my hack is positioned so that I'll be able to get the proper positioning of the hack. And then after I've done that, I'll try and fill in with hairs where possible. I'll fill in with hairs, but I guess this particular one turned out darker, and I'll try and conceal with my concealer. So I use my concealer to conceal the thickness, the arc height rather, and the tail. So I just make sure I conceal gently. When I want to conceal, I'm usually calm, so as to go over with my concealer gently, and then I use my foundation to conceal the inner corner, and then just go over the lower part gently and dab with my beauty blender. This is me trying to conceal the second eyebrow, and then I'm going over with my concealer, then with my foundation for the inner corner. Just when you draw your eyebrow and when you want to conceal, just try as much as possible to conceal gently and make sure you go over what you have drawn. This is why it's very, very important for you to draw, well, let me call it the skeleton. The eyebrow that you draw with your pencil, let me refer to it as skeleton. This is very important for you to draw the skeleton properly, so that when you want to conceal, it will be much more easier. Though concealing is difficult, but at least you'll be able to follow the pattern that you already drew. So this is me just trying to check out what I concealed and see if there are errors anywhere and make necessary adjustments. So after I've done that, I'll just dab with my beauty blender, and this is the final result of the upward eyebrow. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome to day 3, and in day 3 we are going to be reattempting the upward eyebrow. And then this is me trying to go over with my pencil once again, and then raise my hand in the upward direction at the tail end of the eyebrow. For the upward eyebrow I drew in day 2, it was nice, but I just want to reattempt it again in day 3 to make sure that I really understood what I did in day 2 or the research I made. So I just tried to fill in the eyebrow with hairs and then conceal. So while concealing, the upward eyebrow examples I've seen are at the tail end, it goes upward. So I just try as much as possible while concealing to just raise my hand a bit at the tail end, and then go in with my foundation at the inner corner. While concealing the inner corner, just try to smoothing it out and then dab with my beauty blender. I've done both sides, and then I want to attempt concealing the upper part with my foundation. What I just do is I just go over what I've drawn already. So that is why I make sure that while drawing, even if it will take me to make 2 to 3 attempts, I make sure that while drawing my eyebrow with pencil, I draw it very well. I already concealed both sides of the eyebrow now, and I'm trying to dab with the beauty blender and spool the outer part with the spoolie brush so that it would look natural, to give that natural vibe. And this is the result of the upward eyebrow. I think I got it this time around. Day 3 upward eyebrow looks much better than day 2 to me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome to day 4, and we are going to be using the 5-point method for the soft hack eyebrow that we are attempting. So what you do is you draw 5 points, one at the inner corner, the thickness of the hair, the arc height, and the tail. So you start from the inner corner, you join the inner corner with the peak or the arc, and then you extend it towards the tail. Then after you come down back to the inner corner, you draw a line from the inner corner to the arc height, and you extend it to the tail. Then you go to the thickness of the hair. You draw a line from the thickness of the hair to the arc or the peak. Then you just extend to the tail. After extending to the tail, you start filling in with your pencil from the tail. Then you move to the inner corner. You just fill in your eyebrow with your pencil so as to make it full. and just try as much as possible to fill lightly so that it will not look too dark or too thick in that sense. So because I'm using the wood lip liner pencil, the number 80, which is in a lighter shade, even if I fill as much as possible, it might not necessarily become too dark because the pencil is in a light shade. So I'm just trying to fill in as much as possible and check if it's okay, if I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing. Then I go in with my concealer and concealer brush to conceal. As I said previously, when you want to conceal, you conceal gently and just go under what you've drawn, rather not go over. When you go over, you spoil the skeleton of the eyebrow that you have drawn. So you just go under it gently with your foundation, starting from the inner corner, and you just try as much as possible to conceal gently. Just go along that line, just follow the pencil that you already drew and conceal gently. Just make sure your concealing is very neat. And when I mean neat, I mean neat in the sense that there are no zigzags along what you have concealed. So just check properly if there are no zigzag. If there are no zigzag, you can move on to concealing the upper part with your foundation, starting from the thickness of the hair gently along the hack. Just make sure you conceal gently along the hack and then move it down to the tail like what I've just done. And as you're concealing the upper part, just use your eyes to see where there are errors. If one part is higher than the other, just try as much as possible to use your concealer to go over it. Then dab with your beauty blender, dab gently. In as much as the beauty blender is very soft, you would not want to injure yourself by dabbing too hard on your skin. Make sure you look through what you just concealed gently and make corrections where necessary. I just made a correction along the hack height and the tail, then dab again with my beauty blender, and I'm trying to conceal the other side of the eyebrow. So just because this is the left side of my eyebrow, I just try as much as possible to shuffle in between my right hand and my left hand to be able to get a much more convenient way of concealing the left side of my eyebrow. Then after I'm done with that, I'll just dab around with my beauty blender, then check through if there are no errors. So this is the soft arc eyebrow. I think this is looking like a soft arc eyebrow. So even when you feel like you're done with your eyebrow, it's very, very important that you still look into the mirror and check if there are no mistakes. Check if both eyebrows are on the same level. It should not be that one eyebrow is higher than the other. Then just spool the tip of your eyebrow with your spoolie brush to give that natural feel. Just spool it properly. When you spool it properly and then you blend well, you would see that gives that natural feel that you desire or you want rather. So just look through your eyebrow and then see if there are no errors. If there are no errors, you're good to go. You're good to spool and then blend out your foundation or concealer properly so that there are no excesses anyway. And this is the soft hack eyebrow for day 4 using the 5-point method. Please make sure you like, you subscribe, and you leave a comment on this channel. Thank you. We've come to the end of day 4. Hi guys, welcome to day 5, and this is the last day of week 1 of the daily practice of drawing my eyebrow. So day 5 is all about freestyle, and when I mean freestyle, I'm just going to be following the natural shape of my eyebrow, and then I'm just going to be drawing around the natural shape of my eyebrow, and which is what I'm doing presently. I'm just trying to follow the natural shape of my eyebrow. My eyebrow has been shaped, so it was not shaped equally, but I'm just trying to follow the shape of the eyebrow. After drawing, I'll be concealing, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to conceal the usual way I've been concealing conceal gently, you just go under where you draw gently, as gentle as possible, and be very patient while doing that. So just conceal the arc height to the tail. When you see that it's straight, you can then go over the inner corner with your foundation and conceal properly and neatly. You can go under your eyebrow with your foundation or concealer as many times as possible until you get the desired results that you want. For me personally, I just go over as many times as possible as I feel like there are no zigzag in that area. Then I dab with my beauty blender. I go over the other side too, and then come back to conceal with my foundation. I start from the thickness of the hair to the hack to the tail. So I go over this place very gently so as not to ruin the eyebrow I already drew. So I just go over it as gentle as possible. So when I feel like it's straight and neat enough, I extend from the thickness of the hair to the hack, then down to the tail. So when I concealed this part, as I was just trying to go over what I just concealed, I was already thinking in my mind that this thing is short, it's not giving what I want, it's not giving the desired shape that I really want. It's looking too short and I don't think it might suit my high shape. So I decided to go in a bit with my pencil to extend the tail of the eyebrow and then conceal gently so that the tail would give a pointed end and not a blunt end, so that the end will not be big. I just go over gently to make sure the tail is pointed, then go over my hack, dab with the beauty blender. As I'm dabbing, I'm looking into the mirror to see if I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing, to see if there are no errors or anything I need to change or correct. So while dabbing, I just do that. Then I've done the other part too, and I'm just trying to make a correction towards the tail end of the left eyebrow. So when you draw your eyebrow and then when you conceal, just try as much as possible to look towards the two eyebrow and see if there are no differences between the length of the right eyebrow and the left eyebrow. If there are differences in length, just make sure you correct that so that Africa will not be longer than Ghana. Or how do they used to say it? So just make sure you make the necessary correction. If the correction is in the inner corner, do that. The inner corner and the thickness of the hair of the right eyebrow should not be bigger than that of the left eyebrow. So just make necessary corrections where possible and blend out your foundation and your concealer. As you're blending out, look into the mirror and see if one side of the eyebrow is not bigger than the other side, or if the left eyebrow is not looking higher than the right eyebrow. Just watch out for these things. These are the common errors that might likely occur in when you're drawing your eyebrow. And then when you're through with dabbing, you can just go over with your spoolie brush to give the natural feel at the tip of both eyebrow. Go over gently with your spoolie brush and brush. So let's say you have an event and then you just want to draw your eyebrow. You can just conceal the upper part and lower part with just foundation and you're good to go for your event. So thank you guys. This is the end of day 5 and this is the end of week 1 of the daily practice of upgrading my makeup skill from the amateur level it is right now to a much more professional level. Please make sure you like, you subscribe and you leave a comment. Thank you.